So today Samsung released the S24 lineup, but is it worth the hype? The answer is no. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you why. For those of you guys who aren't up to speed, Samsung released 3 new phones today: the S24, the S24 Plus, and S24 Ultra. Now, if you watch a live event like I did, I'm basically going to summarize everything that you need to know. Basically, the S24 and S24 Plus really looks the exact same as the S23. The only major difference is with the S24 Ultra. Basically, the entire rest of the presentation was about Galaxy AI. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, I don't think AI is a good enough reason to upgrade a phone alone. I think AI is definitely the future. More and more things are using AI these days. More AI is getting integrated into a lot of spaces. But a lot of the things that they released are kind of gimmicks, like live translate. So if you're on a call with someone, it could translate what you're saying to the other person in their language, and then when they reply back, it would speak back to you in your own native language. So you could basically have a conversation with someone in a whole different language. I maybe see myself using that maybe once every year. I guess if you travel a lot, then yeah, it's definitely useful. Most people aren't going to be using this feature. There's another cool feature, circle to search, where basically you're going to be able to circle an object and you're going to be able to search it on Google. Again, tools for this. There's Google Lens. When you're writing notes, it can convert your notes into regular characters. But again, there are features for this. Yes, maybe not as integrated as Galaxy AI, but there are features for this. This isn't anything new. They're fun to play around. The first day you get it, you're going to be doing it a lot. The second day, maybe a lot. But as time progresses, you're not going to use them as much. Live translation, or converting text to regular characters, or circle to search. I mean, I have to be real. I don't see people using this the way it's being hyped. I see these as more of gimmicks than real features. Now, there are a couple of things that are actually nice. You can edit photos with Galaxy AI. They actually showed a pretty cool example where you can edit, you can move an object, kind of like Photoshop, but with Galaxy AI. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that's actually pretty cool. There's also a new AI zoom. It makes the zoom more clear using AI. They showed an example of it in a concert where you could be sitting all the way far back and you'd be able to zoom in and it would look like you were in the front row, which is definitely cool. Don't get me wrong. They even got Mr. Beast in a video to show how good the zoom was, where he was just getting further and further and further away, but the image was still staying really crystal clear. There's a saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The S23's design wasn't bad, so there's no real reason to change it on the S24. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like they didn't change anything. They increased the brightness. Now, if you thought the S23 was bright, this thing is even brighter. The S23 was 1,700 nits, and this one is 2,600 nits, which is definitely bright. Especially if you're outdoors, like direct sunlight, this is gonna be a lot brighter. Even brighter than phones like the iPhone 15 Pro. Another cool thing is HDR support for apps like Instagram. And I believe this is the first of its kind, so that's definitely cool stuff. You're gonna be able to have higher quality pictures on social media. They also increased the body size of the regular S24 and S24 Plus. And there's also a new chip. So apart from that, the other major thing I can say is the design. The screen is tougher than it has been. So now there's a new Gorilla Glass they made, so it's gonna be more scratch resistant. In the end, is this worth a new upgrade? Now, this is my take on this. If you have an S23, don't even consider getting an S24 unless you have a specific use case for this Galaxy AI. The only upgrade you should be considering is if you're going to the S24 Ultra. This year, they actually made the design titanium. Now, where have we heard that before? I don't know what it is with Samsung just copying what Apple does. Don't get me wrong, Apple does the same thing with Samsung. Apple copies features that Samsung does. Apple removes the headphone jack. Samsung does the same. Now, iPhone does titanium. Not even a year, and now we have titanium being the new standard, I guess. Now, again, with the Ultra, there's a new 5x lens, which is 50 megapixels. And they did make the designs more flat, which is good, especially for the Ultra. When you're using the pen, it's easier to write on a flatter edge than on a curved edge. For the Ultra, there's a nicer speaker design. They increased the Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi 7 instead of 6E. So like I was saying, the S24 Ultra is the only one you should be considering if you're coming from the S23 or even the S22. I'm not saying that you shouldn't upgrade to the S24 lineup at all. Obviously, if you're rocking S20 or S21, yeah, I think you don't really have anything to lose by upgrading, and they start at the same price as the S23. If that is you, then yeah, this is worth getting because There's just been a lot of advancements through the years, and especially if you're going to the Ultra, that new 5x zoom lens is going to be one of the biggest things that you're going to enjoy. Speaking of the S24 Ultra, I actually pre-ordered it today, so I'm going to be having a whole new separate video specifically on that. So be sure you're subscribed and you hit the bell notification because you don't want to miss out on when I drop this video. But anyways, that's it for today's video. Obviously, definitely a brief video. I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on the S24 lineup. Be sure to like and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the video that I'm dropping with the S24 Ultra. Be sure to let me know, are you going to be upgrading, and do you agree with me? Do you think that this phone isn't worth an upgrade? Anyways, that's it for today. Catch you guys in the next one.